Hey everybody, I'm Julie Banderas and you're in the strategy room. Carly Fiorina making her way to the main stage debate last night at the Reagan Library and showed herself willing and able to go head to head with leading candidates, even Donald Trump. Here with reaction, Ellen Ratner, Bureau Chief of Talk Radio News and a Fox News contributor, and Crystal Wright, principal owner of Baker Wright Group, LLC. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
All right, first, let's just get right to it. GOP frontrunner Donald Trump, everybody looked forward to these two facing off. And he made, of course, a now infamous comment prior to this debate about Mrs. Fiorina's appearance, her face in particular, and she had a chance to respond. Let's take a listen.
You know, it's interesting to me. Mr. Trump said that he heard Mr. Bush very clearly and what Mr. Bush said. I think women all over this country heard very clearly what Mr. Trump said.
I think she's got a beautiful face, and I think she's a beautiful woman.
Ellen, reaction?
On that one, she won points. There's no question about that, and she won women on both sides of the aisle on that one. There's some other comments she didn't, though.
All right, we'll get to that in a second, but first I want to ask you if you could tell me, Crystal, what your reaction was and how did you think she handled the whole face comment?
You know, I roared with the crowd on my couch as I was watching Carly dominate the entire evening. She was queen of the night, not just on this issue, but many issues. But what was so wonderful about this, Julie, and I think Ellen will agree, instead of looking at Donald Trump and giving him any kind of dignity in a response, she looked at the camera, she faced America, and she said, "Is this the man that you want for president, making fun of my looks?" I mean, she really just neutered him, and I think he looked over at her, and he was flummoxed for the rest of the evening. I mean, he just kept looking at Carly, and as we see from his response, he was kind of like, yeah, I think she has a nice face. And he was neutered, I think, throughout the entire evening by her performance.
All right, moving on to the issues. And it took them quite a bit of time, actually, to actually get to the issues. I was kind of wondering when they were going to get to that. But Carly spoke on Planned Parenthood. Let's take a listen, and I'll let you guys react.
I dare Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama to watch these tapes. This is about the character of our nation. And if we will not stand up and force President Obama to veto this bill, shame on us.
Now, Ellen, there is a bit of back and forth from people who say that her description of a live fetus with kicking legs and a beating heart was actually overheard. Somebody was overheard in the room saying that we needed to harvest the brain. That part of that video is in question, but she defended her comments today. So my question to you is, will her response get her the support she needs from women voters?
Well, she's going to get that response from the women voters in the Republican Party. If she were to run for president, if she was the nominee, which I don't think she's going to be, but if she was the nominee, she certainly wouldn't get that middle voter. She's certainly not going to get women in the Democratic Party because those tapes were very heavily edited. We all know that. We also know that even if they were to cut off money for Planned Parenthood, it would not take the majority of the money away because that's under a whole different bill.
Crystal, what does Fiorina then have to do to maintain the buzz around her? Because obviously now everybody knows her name, and that's what she said this morning, that, you know, she was very pleased with her performance, and now she knows everybody knows who she is.
You know, I don't think Carly Fiorina has to do anything to maintain this, quote, buzz around her. She knows the issues inside and out. And I would disagree with Helen about her Planned Parenthood comments. The videos were not heavily edited. There was an independent left-wing group who came in and viewed the videos and admitted in the end they weren't heavily edited. And I think when Carly spoke about a child in the womb, everybody was silenced in that auditorium, and women everywhere, including Hillary Clinton, agreed that the videos were very disturbing. So the fact is, I think if she maintains her command of the issues, all she has to do is keep speaking from the heart to the American people. And I would say maybe a dose of personality and smile a little bit, but That's the only adjustment I would have for her.
I know. I think that she definitely went in there wanting to prove herself as a very serious candidate, though, and she certainly did that. When there were moments of talking about marijuana and drug use, she certainly did not laugh at Bush's comments about the fact that he had smoked marijuana. She really just wanted to keep it on a very serious note. Ellen, I'll give you the final word, but do you think that her overall presence, her demeanor, worked for her?
It certainly worked for her last night. We'll see if it works for her in the long run and when she's up about more policy questions, which are going to come up in future debates.
All right, Ellen and Crystal, thank you very much for joining us, and you can check out foxnews.com for more on the 2016 presidential race. I'm Julie Banderas. Thanks for watching.